All right, Pat, the second half of the season here for the Minnesota Twins, and I've just been out of the loop here. I'm just going to check real quick and see. They must have made a few. What
Few
was it,
moves.
3 or 4
Sure,
roster moves?
man.
I'm just trying to see. Wait a second. It looks like wait. It looks like the same roster as got their asses kicked by the Orioles last weekend.
They proudly declared they're rolling with the same outfit. Apparently, we thought that maybe Derek and Rocco were BSing last week when they said the same thing about how this team is this is we couldn't be happier with our team, but apparently they weren't. Maybe that's true. Hey, Phil had some good numbers in that piece he did today in the Star Tribune. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
The 5 most expensive guys on the roster are hitting a combined 209, or is it 207? 207 and 209, and striking out 31.5% of the time.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can look at it, and I don't know how you can look at those numbers and like have Joey Gallo get on the plane. I just don't understand it.
Well, I think their logic is he's got one of the 3 highest OPSs on the team. But if you watch him play, he doesn't, unless he hits a home run, he provides 0 value. So
yeah, he can play first, he can go play left, but and then Kepler, somebody said, well, Kepler might be the best hitter on the team. He's 0 for 16. He hit after his little 3-day period. He's 0 for 16. He's down to 207. Is it 207? I think so.
Yeah, he's right on there.
I don't know what are they doing. What are they? I don't. Boy, they. We talked about this the other day. People wanted to like this team, but they aren't giving them a chance, are they? They really aren't. They're being so. Now I talked to somebody yesterday and said, wait till the end of the month. So I think they're gonna try to unload some of these guys, but who's gonna take them? Why?
Do you think that now, Pat?
How can you afford to give away 2 weeks? How can you afford to give away 2 weeks because waiting for the trading deadline? I don't get it.
Why would they? So I get that we think that they should make moves and at the deadline should, but they've done nothing this year to indicate they're going to do a thing like other than possibly add a bullpen arm or something like that. That's my thing. They don't do anything.
Position players is what they got to get. We don't get any upset dates on Polanco, right? Except he's going to have to go back to St. Paul and play some if he coming back. So I don't know. They'll be fighting. They'll be fighting for their lives in front of 2,800. What are they playing today? By the way, I already got the Twins notes, and that usually they only come a couple 3 hours before the game. Is it a night game? Yeah,
they're playing
it's got to be a night.
Tonight, Friday night game.
Well, they're so confident nothing's going to change. They've already sent out their pregame notes.
Are you serious? It's 9:53 right now in the morning.
I got 5 days to sit on it, I guess.
Yeah. They're so confident nothing's going to change. So I guess this is it.
Yeah, the game isn't for 11 hours as we're recording this right now. So. And then you got Seattle for 4, but it is they do have. I think I saw someone they have one of the easiest schedules in terms of opponent winning percentage left. Is it the easiest?
The easiest.
So it's the worst division and it's the easiest schedule. And maybe Falvey is saying,
yeah, but they're no better than anybody right now. I mean, they're as bad a hitting team as I think they're second to last in hitting, aren't they? Second to last.
They're 7th from the bottom in runs per game. So it just depends on what category you want to talk about.
Yeah, so they have 6 left against the A's, 3 left against the Royals, 7 left against the Whiteys, 6 left against the Tigers, 3 left against the Cardinals. Those are in the
okay.
bad
Well, Cardinals are better than they are, even though they stink, and the White Sox are just as good. So. I don't think there's any game they can. As I told Judd the other day, if the St. Croix Casino was taking bets, I'd drive over there and bet Oakland 3 days in a row and roll it on the money line. I anticipate no shows against this dog team with 5,000 people in the stands. But you know what they have? they can basically, while they're there, they can pick up a new mascot. That possum could be the could be this team. That could be the Falvey front office. We could call them the Possums, right? That's good because they're falling asleep.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the possum is in the radio booth and like tries to get through. Gladdy should kill it and bring it back.
Haven't they been trying to kill it for like 2 years?
Well, no, there's several of them. It's kind of a family. I think there's a few of them in there.
Possums.
Are we bringing the possums to the new Las Vegas stadium? Are we going to preserve the possums and try to?
I would doubt it. They put out their schedules yesterday. I didn't look, but I assume they have Oakland still on the schedule, right? Because they haven't announced yet if they're going to try to play in Vegas next year or not.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but I did see, Pat. I believe they're only home for 11 days in June and July, or no, 21 days in June and July. So they only have like 9 home games in June.
That means a lot of those.
11 in July.
That means a lot of those wonderful. They do that to the Twins about every 3 or 4 years. They put the screws to them, and they give you the 15 games in April.
That's happening again.
They throw you that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I do have the full schedule. You guys want to pick the schedule for next year? You want to go game by game? So Thursday, March 28th at Kansas City.
Again, they used the same schedule as last year. Hey, I wanted to bring something up. On when I do on one of the computers that I log into, I don't know what page we get. Okay, when we log into it, it might be a Microsoft page, but I'm not sure what it is. But they have stories like Timberwolves make big trade for Karl Anthony Towns.
Yes.
Right?
I have the same thing. Yes.
And then you look at it, and it's some guy speculating they should make the trade.
It's super clickbait. It's the Edge. It's the Microsoft Edge browser homepage, and it's all crazy clickbait.
Yeah. And look at it right now. Is there a big baseball trade on it or something? Ohtani gets traded to the Yankees. Yeah. They put on these headlines like it happened, and then it's some guy from Bleacher Report saying this is the trade they should make. It's unbelievable.
Genius.
What's going on. It's unbelievable what's going on.
Actually, there's one here that I did see this happen. Former Patriot star goes out on brutal hand in 2023 World Series of Poker. I was watching the live stream. Richard Seymour was like in the top 100. Really? Yes. Richard Seymour was on the featured table for a couple days and took a bad beat to get bounced. But yeah, this is like every day it'll say things like, Bill Belichick says something shocking, like in all caps.
Yeah, no, like, but the worst is the headlines that say these trades have been made, and but then it's Bill Schwartz from some website suggested they should do it. What are they doing to us here in America? I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's like you click on a story. Yeah.
Clickbait runs the world here. Yeah.
And it's on, like we were talking about before on YouTube. Like I was looking up Andrea Bocelli to see when he was going to be here in the Twin Cities. We never got there, but there's like 3 different places killing him. He killed, and then some woman with a serious voice about he's in intensive care, and no, he's not. He's out doing his stuff, but they, anything to get you to click.
We're all living in a simulation. Maybe he has been dead for 10 years, but there's like an AI creation.
AI's
of
propping
Andrea.
him up.
Yeah.
God, I hadn't noticed that before. It's the Microsoft Word. Is that what it is? The Microsoft Word page or Edge page?
You know what's crazy about AI is we're going to get to, because AI is essentially just taking over, the human everything. Mm-hmm. There's probably going to be a time where you can either go to an arena or not, or you just like put on some goggles of some kind, and you can just go to like a Michael Jackson concert from 1983.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're all gonna. It's all gonna be Sim City in about 20 years, here, boys,
right.
or less.
But we don't. Some of us don't have to worry about that. But think of what that AI is going to do to political campaigns. They can get these guys to say this ungodly stuff,
or photos that look real or aren't, or videos, right?
Yeah. That's. It can get people to say anything they want them to say, and we've found out now 40% of America is going to believe it, right? You can say any, Biden proved to be child molester or something, and then and then have him talking about how much he enjoys it or something. I mean, it's amazing where we're headed.
Speaking of which, this is going to be the worst segue in my career. Have you guys seen the Jared from Subway 3-part documentary on?
It's on my list.
Is it HBO Max?
HBO Max has it. Yes. Yeah.
We watched all 3 parts, and we almost didn't watch the 3rd part. It's worth watching, but
Jared wasn't an honorable. Jared had some problems, didn't he?
Yes. Yeah, Jared enjoyed himself more than just a Subway sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So so this wasn't a feel good about Jared's Subway thing.
Jared disappeared for a reason, Pat, from those commercials.
Okay.
A very good reason.
Yeah, he
didn't involve any underage people, did it?
Oh,
just a couple. Just a couple.
That was the whole thing.
There was a radio host in Florida, a woman so Jared would I think he lived in the area or something, and so he would make appearances on her radio show. And one time, and they were friends. This is 20 years ago, and they were hanging out together. And he just made a weird comment at a park. They were hanging out at some park with her daughter was running around, and he made a wildly inappropriate comment about one of the underage girls that was at the park. And she devoted her entire life working with the FBI.
Really?
To phone conversations with him, pretending she liked him, and tell me everything. I want to know everything about you and this. And he confided all of this stuff in these phone calls. I mean, it's horribly creepy, but it's a fascinating watch if you're bored this weekend.
Speaking of creeps, how about Doc Nasser getting stabbed because he was making inappropriate remarks at the women's tennis, right? Was it women's tennis or something?
This is in jail. They were watching.
He got stabbed by an inmate in jail. Yeah.
He's dead, right? He just got stabbed.
Right? I think he was wounded severely, but I don't think
it's got to be very inappropriate though to have a prisoner stab you, doesn't it? I mean,
I think guys like him go in with there's certain crimes that even the worst hardened criminals look at you sideways, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
that's the worst crime possible in jail, I think.
Yes, and
they'll kill you for fun.
Please don't rank them. Please don't do it.
No, I'm just saying a lot of guys have died. Dahmer got killed as well, pretty quickly, as I recall.
Well,
it's never the tax evasion guy that gets the shiv.
No, because he's playing croquet and tennis out in the lawn of the
the insider trading guy is totally okay.
Yeah, guys, he's loving life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude's 4.
Anyhow, what else we got going this weekend? Anything else? I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well,
hey, what was your thought on your colleague Suhan's column today, which sort of went in the direction of, I think Jim Pohlad, just guessing here, total guess, might have told him, Joe Pohlad might have told him more than what got written, because that was a very
I think we kind of agreed that because Jim had been a hardcore Falvey sort of a supporter, and then now he's suggesting he could be out the door. So you usually don't write that stuff right out of the open air unless you're writing for the Microsoft Edge. Then you can, then you can do it.
Derek Falvey hit by a bus outside Target Field. Oh God!
At least usually you're doing that, but it sounded like reading between the lines. Joe Pohlad probably gave him a hint that they're not going to put up with this, right? They're not going to roll with it.
Yeah, he said based on private conversations within the organization, right? I mean, there's only so many people that would opine on that level, I would think. So.
My contention is Rocco will take the fall, not Felby. It's a lot easier to fire a manager than it is. And in a private conversation about 6 weeks ago, somebody told me they were not happy, Felby. So
okay,
so
you've got more from an insider source.
I'm gonna try to have some private conversations this weekend.
Where am I private? Hey Stella, get someone who's on the phone.
No, I'm just saying that they were, they were not taking responsibility for putting a lousy team on the field. That they couldn't figure out why things weren't going better a month ago. So
Sure.
Yeah.
But one thing we got to stop is Falvey and Levine. This is Derek Falvey's operation.
Yep.
Levine has almost become invisible, but he was never Falvey. It was Falvey from the start. Falvey had such a hard time communicating at the beginning that he basically used, they'd bring a Levine around because to kind of break up all the Falvey cliches. And Levine's a very bright, a quippy guy. He can make a quip here and there, but I wonder if he'll be back even if Falvey is. I mean, they're not. You never see him anymore, right?
It's tough because his style. I feel like he was still getting some GM steam like 3 years ago,
right.
Bomba Squad, right? And I don't know. Now he'd probably have to.
Phillies too. Phillies was right. That was one of his. I'm wondering though that I wonder how much he wants that. I think he's kind of a low-key guy. I don't know if he wants to. You'd almost have to take a shot, I guess, if he got it, but I'm not sure he wants it.
Hey, a homework assignment for Pat before we go here. From now on, when you promote your columns on Twitter, clickbait tweet teases, okay?
Yes.
Click here if you want.
Yes. Yeah, that's you could say,
"Oh my God, you'll never believe what."
Make it a fact, even though it's speculation, right? In fact, on the Suan column today, Falvey, Baldelli both fired would be the headline on Microsoft Edge, right? Twins shake up front office.
Yeah.
Fire manager. Well, not yet, but somebody suggested.
But they could. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. That shocked me the last 2 or 3 days. This must be going on all the time, but I happened to log on to the same page and they got me to click, because one was a cat trade, and then today it was something. Yesterday was cat got traded. I said, well, geez, we should have heard about this,
Why didn't we report it?
How did this happen? It happened 2 days ago, but only Microsoft Edge's homepage knows about it.
I know we aren't what we used to be, but God Almighty, we would notice a cat trade, wouldn't we?
Amazing.
Anyway,
all right.
Have a good weekend, fellas.
Enjoy your weekend watching the Oakland A's, and we'll talk to you next week.
I might have another kids baseball game this weekend. I'm not sure.
Okay.
It'll probably be more fun than Twins A's. So
hopefully they score some runs.
Yeah. Okay. See you.
All right. There he is. Royce Unchained here, presented by Power Lodge and our friends at Miller Marine. So the largest selection of pontoons in the state of Minnesota and even nationally when it comes to Benningtons. You can go to any of the 3 Power Lodge locations in Brainerd, Anami, and Ramsey, and Miller Marine in St. Cloud for some throttle therapy. Look there's Judd right there holding his fishing.
Look no, that's me right there. I like that old guy with gray hair. He looks good though. That dude looks real good.
Look at these Judd Zolgads out here. PowerLodge.com and MillerMarine.com.